Welcome to a deep dive that really shows how modern tech, a bit of plant fascination, and just plain practical thinking can all come together. We're looking today at the mistletoe fig, Ficus Deltoidea,
Hmm.
and we're doing it through one gardener's experience, trying to figure it all out. Yeah, our source is this gardening blog post. It's called Notes on Gardening, part 607. Should we get Ficus Deltoidea, mistletoe fig from? Came out July 27th, 2025. It's short, but, packed with interesting stuff about plant ID apps, what this specific fig needs, and how we make choices. So our mission today, let's unpack what this gardener found out. The surprising differences in AI tools, the very particular needs of this cool plant, and maybe what that means for you when you're trying to learn something or make a decision. Let's get into it. Okay, so straight off, the gardener mentioned something pretty interesting about identifying this plant. A clear difference between Google Lens and Google Gemini. Was this like a big deal?
Oh, absolutely a big deal. Not just a small quirk. The gardener pointed out that Google Lens was consistently much more accurate and faster. I mean, the example given is perfect. Gemini apparently just said, a fig species. Fig, right.
Yeah, just some kind of fig.
Exactly. But Google Lens, bang, Ficus deltoidea, the mistletoe fig, pinpointed it precisely.
Wow. Okay, so not just any fig, but that specific fig.
Yeah.
That level of detail feels, well, crucial if you're actually thinking of buying it.
Totally crucial.
And the blog says this discovery was almost accidental while they were out getting fish-keeping supplies.
Yeah, funny how that happens, isn't it? An accidental find, but it says so much. It's not just about plants, really. It highlights how important precision is when we're looking for information online, any information.
That makes sense.
Because that specific detail, like Ficus deltoidea, that's what lets you ask the next question, the right question.
Yeah.
If the gardener had just stopped at a fig species, they might have bought something completely unsuitable.
Good point. So armed with this precise ID, the gardener's focus shifted to the mistletoe fig itself. What was it about this plant that grabbed their attention initially?
Well, the blog suggests it was the plant's unique features. It's definitely got character. The most obvious thing is probably its leaves. They're deltoid or delta-shaped, so kind of broad at the top and tapering down.
Delta-shaped leaves. Okay. Sounds pretty distinctive. Anything else?
Yeah, there are also these small, roundish fruits. They're called zirconia, technically,
Wow.
and they grow right off the stem or like where the leaves join the stem, almost like little decorations.
Huh, interesting.
And the overall look, thick, leathery leaves, quite glossy and green. It gives it a sturdy, appealing appearance. You can see why someone would be drawn to it.
Definitely. So we have this picture of a really attractive, unique plant. But then the blog post shifts gears a bit. The gardener liked it, but there was a next step, a crucial one.
That's exactly right. Liking the plant is one thing. Making it work is another. The gardener's first idea was simple enough. Put it on the backyard balcony. Seems reasonable?
Okay.
And here's the key bit. That balcony gets full sunlight all day long.
And I sense that might be an issue.
Bingo! This is where the research comes in, matching the plant's needs to the actual environment.
So what did the research uncover about the mistletoe fig's preferences? Did it like sun?
Well, that's the twist. The research showed that Ficus deltoidea actually does best in shade, or at least indirect sunlight, a very different microclimate.
So the opposite of the balcony situation.
Precisely. Direct full sun was basically a no-go. It's a classic case, isn't it? The plant looks appealing, but its actual needs are quite specific and maybe not obvious at first glance.
It really is, like finding a greatcoat that only fits in summer weather.
Exactly. So the gardener had this appealing plant, this sunny balcony, a mismatch.
So the moment of truth, what did the gardener decide to do? Did they try to make it work somehow?
No, and this is where I think the practical wisdom comes in. Despite really liking the plant, the gardener decided not to get it.
Really? Even though they were clearly interested.
Yep. They realized there wasn't a suitable spot for it right now. The balcony wasn't right, and apparently there wasn't another shaded place available. It was a decision based purely on the facts, on the research. It prevented future problems, a stressed plant, a disappointed gardener.
That's actually a really smart move.
Yeah.
Sometimes knowing when not to get something is the best choice.
It really is. Knowledge preventing a potential issue down the line.
So it's quite a journey we've followed here. From comparing AI tools for plant ID
Yeah, the Lens versus Gemini thing.
to understanding the very specific climate needs of this mistletoe fig,
The shade, the indirect light.
and finally landing on a really grounded, practical decision. It shows how much you can get from even a short blog post.
It absolutely does. What's fascinating is how wanting a plant triggered this whole mini investigation. It revealed something about tech tools, their strengths, their weaknesses, but also reinforced that fundamental need to understand the conditions for something to thrive, not just what it is.
That's a great point. Identification is just the first step.
Exactly. It's about suitability, about the environment, and if you think about it more broadly, well, it raises a question for you listening right now. How often do we get initially excited about something? Maybe it's a new project, a piece of tech, even a relationship based on the surface appeal.
Hmm.
Only to find that when you dig a bit deeper, you uncover these critical details, details that really should shape your final decision, even if it means walking away.
That's a really powerful thought to end on.
Yeah, maybe think about it. What areas in your own life might benefit from that kind of deeper dive, looking past the initial appeal to understand all the relevant facts before you commit?